welcome to this episode of Kitchen Warrior. I'm your Chef Melvin, and today we're going to be making a roasted chicken salad with ham and blueberry vinaigrette. Here's a list of ingredients. We have ruffled butter leaf lettuce. We make sure we rinse these out really good to remove any debris from the lettuce since they're fresh. We also have a fresh carrot. We have some mixed greens that we bought, and we bought that because we have this purple color which we'll be using as part of the presentation. We also have some blueberries. We have some fresh almonds. We have cherry tomatoes, a roasted chicken. We're going to use the skin of this roasted chicken. We're going to cut the breast out and we're going to dice it into half-inch dices. We also have some sliced ham, one piece of sliced ham. We have olive oil, honey. We have red wine vinegar, port wine, a very large sweet Fuji apple, creamy blue cheese, and salt and pepper. Alright, so we're going to start by cutting our butter leaf lettuce, and we're going to cut these into bite-sized strips. Just like this. We're going to use this to our advantage in our plate presentation. It looks really beautiful, that ruffle. We're going to put these lettuce together here in the bowl, and we're going to mix those lettuce with our mixed greens here to have a combination of colors, just like so. The next thing we're going to do is that we are going to cut our carrots, and we could do this with a zester in this fashion. We just run this zester right along the carrot, and we make these nice beautiful strips. We cut this into about a 1/4 inch thick slices. We get to the middle here. The apple here is a centerpiece of our plate presentation. Very good. So our apples are going to look just like that. We're going to look at the chicken, and where the wishbone is, we're going to run our knife right along the rib cage, right down like that. And we're going to turn it this way, and we're going to remove as much of the breast as we can. We're going to use chicken breast on this plate presentation. So our chicken ends up looking like that. Try to keep the skin on it, because the skin is going to add great flavor and also looks to this beautiful chicken salad. So we cut them like this, and we're going to cut them into half-inch cubes, just like that. Make sure that your knife is nice and sharp, and try to make sure that as many of the pieces do remain with the skin on them. About 7 or 8 of these blueberries, and we're going to leave them aside. The rest we're going to place right in our blender. These we're going to use as part of the plate presentation, and so here we're going to begin by adding our port wine. Here's our port wine, and we're going to add to those many blueberries about half of this. This would be about 2 ounces worth of the port wine. To that we're going to add some of our red wine vinegar, and we're going to add about 3/4 of an ounce of red wine. To that we can add a little bit of honey. This will be about a teaspoonful of it. We want to make sure this is sweet and sour, and we are going to add a little bit of salt and pepper to it, and we're going to give this one quick blend, just 2 seconds. 1 and 2. Now that we have the 2 seconds, everything has broken down inside. Pretty much the skins are still floating around. We're going to add our oil. We can add this while it's running, or we can start adding a little bit of the oil now and then add the remaining as we go. Now we're going to pulse this for about 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 seconds left. Very good. We're going to give this a little taste. I want to make sure that the flavors are just right, and our consistency is as it should. One shot, this was perfect. So let's get ready to assemble our plate. We're going to add a little bit of olive oil to our salad, just to coat it, and a little bit of salt and pepper. We're going to do this. We're going to add a little bit of carrots to it, just like this many. We're going to add a little bit of ham, and we're going to add just a couple of pieces of chicken. Incorporate it into the salad. We're going to mix this really good, just like that. Very good. So what we're going to do now is that we're going to take one of these apple slices and we're going to coat it, and we're going to set it right in the middle of the plate. We're going to take another one, the ones that have no top, no hole in the top, and we're going to submerge it as well. So while that is happening, we're going to take this chicken and we're going to put a few pieces of chicken in the center of our salad, just like that. Just a few pieces. Very good. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to place our ring over the top of this, and we're going to add a little bit of our salad right in the center. We want to make sure we keep this as clean as possible. Keep everything inside that ring. Alright, very good. We're going to press this pretty good. Just like that, we're going to press it. And we're going to slightly remove, we're going to press it really good, and we're going to remove this very carefully. We don't want this to fall apart. We keep it all together as best as possible. Stack them back up like that, no problem. Alright, our next step is to remove the piece of apple and place it right over the top. We do this very carefully without throwing this out of balance. Very good. Alright, so now we want to decorate our plate, and we're going to decorate it by adding a few pieces of chicken from here and there. Just a few pieces. Just set them in different places without overcrowding our plate. It's starting to look pretty good, but it's still got a ways to go. Alright, so we're going to add about 7 almonds. We're going to do this by setting it in different places. 7 almonds. And we're going to take a spoon of our dressing, and we're going to add just a little bit running off. It's a runoff right there. There's a little bit that ran off right there, and there's another little bit that ran off right there without covering all our other items. And we're going to take some of these blueberries that we saved aside, and we're going to do the same thing. We drop them, but we're going to drop them right where the dressing is at, very close to that, because that is what the dressing is made from. That way we're able to recognize it. So beautiful. Alright, the next thing we're going to do, we're going to take one of these little cherry tomatoes from right here, because we want to have some other colors, very odd. And we place a couple of these little cherry tomatoes just like that. You can place 3 or even 2. Very good. Alright, the last step to this, we're going to take a little bit of this creamy blue cheese. We're going to cut a chunk off of it. We can do that with a fork. We're going to place it right at the top of the apple, just like that. And here is our plate presentation. There is a very colorful and highly nutritious chicken salad with ham and blueberry vinaigrette. This salad will give you a lot of energy and will make you very happy. Remember, your food is your health and your good mood. Thank you.